puts you right up in the forest canopy. Like it gives you the feeling of being right up there in the tops of the trees. If you haven't been there, please go see it as soon as you can. Don't, not right here. We're still going. But as soon as you need to go see it, it's absolutely incredible. And why wouldn't we choose an architect who has the idea of wanting to help people feel like what it's like to be in the tops of the trees? Of course we would. And even better yet, we got 2 architecture firms who have this kind of vision, but who also have experience with a whole slew of schools. Metcalf partnered with Ted Lewis, the studio of Bruce Lamera. Ted, are you?
Over there.
Right back there, great. To work on our school, and they were a great team. From our perspective, it was a seamless collaboration, and with people who really get school. Could everyone from both firms just stand up so we can acknowledge them? I know we have Alan and Kevin and Aaron.
Dave.
So good architects listen to the needs of the people who will live and work in buildings and then design things that they could have never dreamed of on their own. And that's Alan. I personally think he's a national treasure. I told him this.
Oh, no.
I'm very happy to introduce the person who designed our building today, Alan Metcalf.
Yes, I am an architect. Hello, everybody. I got the glasses. I got all that stuff that architects are known for. And I have to say, this is the moment that all architects dream about. Really. I mean, we, as a class, just imagine opening day. We're surrounded by excited people in a sun-filled space. And in my dream, all of you are here. There's a lot more children here, but you know, it's a half day, so I get it. And we're all saying wonderful things, which you are. You guys are all following my script. It's in my head right now, and we're dedicating this building together. In this area that's really the heart of the school, right here, where we're standing, is what we envisioned from the moment we started thinking about this. Ted and I were talking about it, and you know, it's this long, long process. And so what I understand now, here in the heart of this building, is that architects' dreams really, really can come true. We can actually build buildings, because a lot of the buildings we design don't happen, but they just take way longer than you ever expect. You know, you expect this a couple of years, and then boom, it's done. It was a lot of work, and you know, this is the real happy result of everything. And the next part of my dream that comes true is I get to say thank you to all the other design professionals and construction professionals that are here, because really, often what happens is it's all the other people, and you know, we're the hired guns. But I think I'm really proud to be able to say thank you to this short but important list: the Metcalf team, the Studio August Lamera team, Ballard Spar. Window attorneys get congratulated. You know, we did a lot of negotiating with them on both sides, and it was really great to work with them. Duffield Associates, who were the civil engineers, Urban Technologies, Hunt Engineering, Corsi Associates, Remington Group, Dale BSI, Kyle, there you are, and Wissahickon Charter, of course, and Mentor USA. You all made it happen. Could I have a round of applause? On in our minds when we were thinking about this building. Because, you know, we talk all about it, but like architects have really specific ideas about how to shape these spaces. So they asked me to tell you a little bit about this, so that the next time you walk down this hall or you're driving by the school, you really kind of understand it in a different way. So we're professional dreamers. My job is to help my clients get their dreams built. And in the case of Wissahickon Charter, your mission statement made it really easy. Once I understood that Wissahickon is about intentionally making community, and that your goal is to take care of the earth that takes care of us, it was easy. Well, it was sort of easy. It was a lot harder than that, but the building really started to design itself. First, the site. We toured a lot of sites. Chris, do you remember? We were running around looking at site after site, and we first had to find a piece of land that was just the right size, near an outdoor space that was really compelling, and then we're going to plop this building down on it. And look around it. It's not that easy to find a big piece of land in an urban situation. I mean, just think of your neighborhood. How many spaces are there that are ripe and willing and waiting to have a big building drop on them? So when we found this property, this neglected piece of industrial brownfield next to a noisy train, next to Arboretum's open space and community of agricultural programs, with an owner that had a vision to change a community, to me it was perfect. Here was our chance to take care of the earth, and the earth that takes care of us. Here was our chance to build a community. It was a no-brainer. We had to get this place, and it seems so perfect in retrospect. But what we saw at the time, as was mentioned before, was a lot of old tires. We saw buildings that were knocked down and broken. And, I've often had this experience with clients where they go, I can't see it. But that's our job. Our job is to help our clients find and see and envision. So we imagine the room we're standing in is the heart of your community, a home for happenstance meetings, concerts, and gatherings, just like today's. A place where students might encounter friends and teachers on the way to the gym. A place where, with some spilling out into the cafeteria, spilling out into the backyard, we could have the whole community meet. Because in the community, by that I mean the school, because they needed a place in their other school. I guess you would meet at the gym, but it always felt like this. But to me, I'm imagining kids everywhere, up top, in the cafeteria and outside. It just seemed that this should be the main focus of the school, is a place where people would gather and acknowledge each other's existence. So did we get it right? Did we get the formula right? So the idea of gathering in community spaces carries on through the rest of the building, with its wide hallways reminiscent of your other campus. When we first designed this building, one of the problems was they all said, oh, the hallways are so skinny, because you have these incredibly wide and capacious hallways. So we use these ideas and things that we see from other places as a guideline, something to inform the way we design. And so the more our client gives us ideas like you guys did, the more we have something that reflects your mission and reflects your ideas, and you can call it home. And so we carried this idea of wide hallways into seating areas. The wider hallways here, not quite as wide, would expand. And so there are places for couches where kids can hang out. And then in those same hallways, we have windows, because we don't want children to feel like they're enclosed in like a box. We want them to see their friends walking down the hallways, see their friends peer in, see their friends peer out. And I know there's lots of discussion with teachers about, I don't want my kids distracted by what's going on in the hallway. But you guys know, because you did it at your old campus, that it's actually incredibly exciting for people to feel part of a community. And we helped to try to make this school a neighborhood asset. We designed the floor plan so that this lobby here can provide access to the gym over there while safely sealing off the rest of the school. So now this can, for the Reverend, can be a place that you can easily bring your community in and not worry about other people drifting in and out and run crazy. Not that your constituents would run crazy, but one always needs to be comfortable. And we made every effort to take care of the earth, starting with the building site, which was a real challenge. A brownfield, it was industry. It was full of kerosene, it was full of old gas tanks, it was full of stone. So starting with the building site, our team removed It was toxic. So we removed it, put a plastic cap over it, put a lot of topsoil on it, so now trees could be planted. And this was a massive undertaking, and is the proud winner. This site is the proud winner of the Extreme Makeover Award for the 2013 Pennsylvania Brownfields Conference. So, and although this charter school is rather modest in its means and does not plan to apply for LEED certification, it manages to utilize many sustainable design principles. First, its location. Its location is right on a transit hub. It's right on the train, and there's the Washington Lane bus. So just by dropping the building here, it makes it a little more green, sustainable to occupy the site. Let's see. Also, the concrete siding that looks like wood siding. It's made of concrete. It doesn't burn a lot of hydrocarbons to be made, and it's just more healthy, and it's not that expensive and quite beautiful, I think. The energy efficient lighting, when you walk in the bathroom and those lights pop on and off, which is kind of weird, I'd say. It means that we're conserving the light because they pop on when you come in and they pop off when you leave. Low flow toilets, long south-facing walls that maximize natural lighting, porous sidewalks that allow rainfall to go into the ground as opposed to running off and becoming a problem for the water department. And rain gardens that have reedy native plants surround the building to absorb the stormwater runoff. So in the front of the building, instead of seeing cars like a parking lot like next door, you see plants in the front, which also reinforce the message of the school. It's about plants and it's about nature, and it also is serving a purpose. It's absorbing all the runoff that you would have sheeting down your driveway usually. So it really works well, and this particular neighborhood has a real problem being the valley. Right, Robert? I'm looking at you. And when we showed up here, we understood that one of the real problems in the neighborhood, and one of the things the neighbors really wanted, was to not have their basements filled with water every time it rained. So we're doing our part on this site by trying to mitigate that sort of thing. What else I have here in my long list? And in the future, the school plans to install a demonstration green roof right over the entrance. And even the concrete you're standing on or sitting on is green, in that it's a finished. It's going to be green. Oh, right here, that I'm standing is green. In that it's a finished floor, but it's not full. It's not using lots of hydrocarbons. We're using really basic material. It would have started as concrete and then would have been covered with another finish. We decided why not use the natural beauty of the concrete and not use a lot of hydrocarbons to cover it. And then the last piece of it is we envision this building as a teaching tool. It's not just a building where you plop people into it. It's an extended outdoor classroom, allowing students and their parents to partner with Weaver's Way Co-op and the Aubrey Arboretum, which both have, well, obviously Aubrey is there, but they have a farm project, and then Weaver's Way also has a farm project. So they're going to partner with them to create food that students are going to eat for lunch and raise and transplant trees that will surround the new building. The rain gardens are packed with water-absorbing native plants surrounding the school, and both mitigate the drainage problem, as I mentioned, and also provide object lessons to the students about the way nature can really make our lives better. And my favorite teaching tool, one that we overheard just the other day when we were doing a photo shoot here, was a 4th grade girl speaking to a friend about the building and how much she loves it, and how much it really gets her going to school every day. She said, "I love my school. Every day I come here, I feel like it's a hotel."